It's 2 a.m. Your dog has a perfectly comfortable spot on the couch, a warm rug by the heater, a bed you bought specifically for them that cost more than you'd like to admit. And yet, here they are, pressed against your legs, hogging the blanket, breathing loudly into your ear, occupying roughly 85% of the mattress and leaving you the rest. Most owners assume it's about body heat, maybe comfort, maybe they're just a bit needy. But the actual science tells a completely different story. What your dog does every single night, choosing you over every other surface in the house, is one of the most layered expressions of trust, neuroscience, and ancient biology that exists between any two species on Earth, and almost nobody realizes what they're witnessing. Let's kill the warmth theory first, because it sounds logical. Your dog gets cold, you're warm, problem solved. Except, your home has radiators, sunny patches on the floor, a couch with 3 blankets on it, and almost certainly a pile of your laundry somewhere that smells exactly like you. If body heat was the goal, your dog has options. Better options, honestly, than a restless human who steals the blanket back. So warmth alone doesn't explain it. What does? Sleep. And what sleep actually means for an animal. When any creature falls unconscious, it becomes completely defenseless. No threat detection, no escape response. Every survival instinct your dog inherited from thousands of years of predator-prey dynamics is essentially offline. From a pure biological standpoint, where your dog chooses to be vulnerable is one of the most significant decisions their brain makes all day. And your dog walks past every dark corner, every quiet spot, every instinctively ideal hiding place in your home, and climbs next to you instead, a creature that outweighs them, moves unpredictably, and speaks a completely foreign language. That's not a comfort preference. That's a statement. Researchers took the same psychological test used to measure attachment in human infants, the strange situation procedure, developed to assess how children bond with caregivers, and applied it directly to dogs and their owners. The findings were remarkable. Dogs displayed the exact same behavioral pattern as securely attached toddlers. They used their owner as a base of safety before separation. They showed measurable distress when that person left. They settled immediately when reunited, and critically, the presence of a stranger provided no comfort at all. Only their specific human did that. Around 62% of dogs tested were classified as securely attached, nearly identical to the proportion found in human children, which means when your dog circles the bed and drops against your side at midnight, they are performing the foundational behavior of attachment psychology, returning to their safe base at the exact moment of greatest vulnerability. That's not clinginess. That's the deepest form of trust one creature can show another. But this isn't only psychology, it's chemistry, and it goes deeper than most people realize. There's a molecule called oxytocin. You may know it as the bonding hormone, the neurochemical released during childbirth, during close physical contact, during moments of genuine human connection. In 2015, researchers in Japan measured oxytocin levels in dog owner pairs during something as simple as mutual eye contact. What they found had never been documented between 2 different species before. Both the dog and the owner experienced simultaneous oxytocin increases. The dog's bonding chemistry spiked. The owner's bonding chemistry spiked, which made the dog want to hold eye contact longer, which released more oxytocin in the owner, which made the owner gaze back, which released more in the dog. A self-amplifying loop across species. The same experiment with wolves raised by humans produced nothing. The loop didn't activate. This mechanism evolved exclusively between dogs and humans, and physical contact amplifies it further. Just 10 minutes of petting measurably lowers cortisol, your stress hormone, in both of you. Consider what 8 hours of sleeping pressed together is doing to that system. Now, when did this start? Dogs are the oldest domesticated animal on Earth. Not horses, not cattle, dogs. Roughly 15,000 years ago, Before agriculture, before permanent settlements, before written language, wolves began gravitating toward human campsites. The least fearful ones had access to food and warmth others didn't. They survived better, passed on that temperament. Over generations, they became something new. In Germany, archaeologists uncovered a burial site dating back 14,000 years. 2 humans, 2 dogs interred together. One of the dogs had survived canine distemper, a disease that without care is fatal within weeks. Someone had nursed that dog through a 5-week illness 14,000 years ago, not because it was useful, because it mattered. Modern geneticists have found specific variants in the domestic dog genome located on a chromosome associated with social bonding and human-directed behavior that are completely absent in wolves. Your dog wasn't conditioned to want to be near you. They were shaped at a genetic level across hundreds of generations specifically to seek your presence. The dog bed you bought them never had a chance. Here's something that seems contradictory. A study tracking sleep quality in adults and their dogs using clinical monitors over 7 nights found that dogs objectively disrupted human sleep, movement, adjusting positions, the occasional 3 a.m. full-body stretch directly into your shin. The data was measurably worse than sleeping alone, and yet nearly every participant reported feeling more rested, more secure, more comfortable with their dog present. Research surveying close to 1,000 women found dogs rated as less disruptive and more comforting than human sleeping partners. Follow-up work using motion sensors revealed why owners were briefly waking each time the dog moved, but almost never remembered it by morning. The interruptions were real. The felt experience of safety overrode them completely, which points to something bigger. For almost all of human history, sleeping alone in a sealed, silent room wasn't normal. It was a marker of poverty or isolation. Humans slept in groups, surrounded by warmth, breath, and movement. Maybe your dog isn't disturbing your sleep. Maybe they're restoring a condition your nervous system was built for long before modern bedrooms existed. A 2024 study measured heart rate variability, one of the most sensitive indicators of nervous system regulation, in dog owner pairs across multiple conditions. High variability means calm and regulated. Low means stress response active. Bonded pairs showed correlated patterns throughout. Owner calm, dog calm. Owner stressed, dog state shifted. The synchronization peaked during rest. Dogs paired with strangers showed no synchronization at all. Sleeping beside your dog isn't just psychological comfort, it's a measurable neurological event. 2 nervous systems, across 2 species, actively regulating each other through the night. There's one last thing, and it might matter most. If your dog has slept beside you for years and one day stops, don't dismiss it. Dogs are deeply habitual. When an established behavior disappears suddenly, something has changed. Sometimes it's environmental, a new animal, a disrupted routine, a household shift that feels minor to you but registers as significant to them. Sometimes it's physical. Behavioral veterinary research identifies changes in sleep location as one of the earliest detectable signs of pain, emerging before any visible limp, stiffness, or obvious symptom. A dog who stops jumping onto the bed may not prefer the floor. They may be hurting. In older dogs, disrupted sleep is a primary early indicator of canine cognitive dysfunction, a progressive neurological condition affecting an estimated 35% of dogs over 8 years old. Your dog has no words. Behavior is the only language they have. When the ritual changes, pay attention. So the next time you're balancing on the edge of your own mattress, 6 inches of space, 80 pounds of dog completely at ease beside you, remember what you're actually looking at. Your dog made a choice. Every single night, they make it again. Not the floor, not the couch, not the expensive bed in the corner, you. Because 15,000 years of shared evolution, a neurochemical loop found nowhere else in nature, an attachment system that mirrors the bond between parent and child, and a genetic blueprint written specifically for human closeness, all arrived at the same conclusion. Next to you is where their nervous system finally rests. and the science is starting to suggest it might be doing the same for yours. If this changed how you see your dog, subscribe to Pod Decoded and leave a comment below. Where does your dog sleep tonight? And next video, why your dog stares at you. The neuroscience behind those eyes is even more extraordinary than you'd expect.